Hey guys, it's Maymay, and look at this little guy. I love him so much. And he's kind of been a brainchild. I've had him in my mind for a little while. And I went crazy with rosettes recently, and I just thought, surely we can do this. So today we're going to make another one, and I think we're going to do a little more embellishment. I don't know, we'll see. But I want to show you how to make this little guy to put on your Christmas tree or on a gift tag. Isn't that cute? I did not put anything back here to write to and from, but you totally could. I just wanted to try them. This is the first one I made, so they'll get cuter as you go, right? So let's see what we can do. Now the one we're going to make today, I'm going to make in dark chocolate. I want to see how that one will look too. I think it'll be just as cute. This is some dark chocolate paper, and you just need one 6x6 square. So this is cool because you can use your 6x6 paper pads, or you can get 4 from one piece of 12x12. So I'm going to stick this into my scoreboard, and we're going to do a couple of different scores. The first score we're going to make is right down the middle at 3 inches. Okay, and then we're going to turn it. That's just to find the middle when we need it in a few minutes. The next score is every ½ inch. Sound familiar? We've been making rosettes a lot, and I asked you guys, I'm like, are you sick of rosettes yet? And I'm just like, I still have another one that I want to do, and there might even be another one in my brain. I don't know, but I loved the reindeer idea, so I just had to show you this one for Christmas time. So you end up with scores every ½ inch and one in the middle. Wow, this paper shows up good. Need to use it all the time. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make a cut. That center score line we did that so when we get to this point we can fold it really easy. Now this paper I'm using is pretty thick paper, so I wanted to be able to fold it fairly easy. That's why I like that score line. If you don't think you need that middle score line, then after you do these, just fold it in half and you're fine. So now using my paper trimmer, okay, I'm going to take this guy with the opening here and the fold here, and I'm going to put this top point into the groove where my blade slides, and then the bottom point here at the fold. So you see how I'm kind of laying it? Let me lay this blade down so you can see it. See how that's laying like that? We're going to cut this section away. So I'm going to hold that in place and just run my blade up there. So we've taken this off, and now we've left ourselves with this guy. This is going to make our reindeer. Now you may find a use for these. Let me show you something really cool. If you're going to make a bunch of these and you crease these, you get this interesting shape, which at first, and I still am not convinced you couldn't do this, I thought, that could be the antler somehow. I'm going to use something different for the antler, but you probably could do it. But if you folded both of these guys and you glued them together, you might could find something to use these for. So just a thought, you might not want to get rid of these. See, if you glued these guys together like this and then squished them down here, look, it's like a petal. So you may not want to get rid of these. You might want to hold on to them for something in the future. I don't know. I'm always trying to think of stuff like that, not to waste little pieces. All right, so now we've got this guy, and before I do anything else, I want to go ahead and put some adhesive here so I don't have to do that in a few minutes. I'm going to use some sticky tape, and I'm going to run it all the way across the bottom edge. And we're going to end up putting tape back on itself, but this cardstock I'm using is kind of thick, and I found that kind of running the tape back onto itself is really good for the way this is made. That'll make sense in just a few minutes. So I made a mistake and I didn't explain something, so that's why you tell it's already folded. I'm starting back, okay? So let me explain. See where our adhesive piece is? We need it to end facing up. Okay, so when you start this, go ahead and start with your adhesive piece and face it forward, and then do the rest of your accordion folds. I should have explained that. I forgot. I just started folding it, and I thought I better go back and show you because that might mess you up. So just make sure when you start your accordion fold, you start with this piece and fold it back so that it's exposed here. Now we're going to build our shape. Now I want to show you what this shape is. This cardstock is so thick, so I'm kind of working it. This shape is actually a leaf. So this is a leaf rosette, okay? But we're going to turn him into the reindeer. How are we going to do it? First, let's reveal the adhesive here by peeling off this little backer piece. Just like so. Then I'm just going to take this and push that together and seal this little, what is in essence a leaf down, but we're turning this leaf into a reindeer. So just squish that guy back together. And isn't that cute? You can already see the shape, right? There's his little face. Now here at the top, I turned this into a hanger for the ornament or tag, whatever you're going to make it. And let me show you what I did. I took some glue on the back, so a little here, and I glued this piece down. I'm not worried about that glue seeping out, no big deal. And then I glued this section down as well. So I'm going to put a little glue here and then glue this one down. Just hold that in place. That's going to end up being what we put our little hanger through at the end. So we're really just accordion this down on itself at the top. That'll make perfect sense when you make it, because you'll be like, what do I do with these pieces that are just kind of hanging here? Now I'm going to take my crocodile and I'm going to poke a hole in the middle of that little piece there at the top, so you can see how my hole is there right now. Now I have a place to put my string through after I get him all made into a reindeer. All right, now at this point I'm going to use some hot glue. I'm going to use a button for his nose, just like I did on my original, and I'm going to use 2 googly eyes, which I have a passel of googly eyes I need to use up this year. So there's a couple of googly eyes there. Let me make them stare at you guys. Look how cute that face is right there. So there's a couple of googly eyes. And let me show you what let's put these on and then I'll show you the antler. Now I'm going to use a little hot glue for these. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right here at his nose. And when I say a little bit, apparently I'm in a lot because I really blobbed some there. But I'm going to cover it up with his little nose. So here's his little button nose. Now you could do anything for his nose. It does not have to be a red button. I just happen to be very partial to little red button nose on reindeer. Now I'm going to put his eyes in place. What I did, and it's a little bit awkward, but do you see these 2 little pieces right here that come up to the side? I ended up putting my eyes right around there. I let those be where the eyes are going to live. And I did it with hot glue. You don't have to. You could just use your art glitter glue. But while I had it out, I just touched a dot of the hot glue, a tiny dot, to the back of one of my googly eyes. Just like that. And then on that particular piece, I put his eyeball. I just think the hot glue works really well because the only place where the glue is going to adhere is running through the middle of the eye, and that hot glue kind of gives it some stability. So that's why I used it. I think it's a good idea to use the hot glue. But if you're making this with kids, by all means, use what you got that'll be safe for the kids. Then put this little eye on. Whoops, dropped it. Pick it up. There we go. All right. And I just love this little dude. The best thing too about the hot glue is you can kind of move it into place and get them lined up. Look, he's taking shape. Love it. Now let's do some antlers, which are my favorite part, by the way. So see these ornaments? These you pick up at Walmart. I love these. You can use them for so many things. These are those plastic glitter ornaments. They're snowflakes, and they're $2.98 for 20 pieces. Now, you don't need but even just a portion of one of these, okay? So I'm going to move this out of the way to show you what portion you want to use, or what I did at least. You could cut them so that you can get 3 pieces. Do you see what's between my fingers here at the bottom? Don't look at the top, but down at the bottom, you could do it like that where you get 3 pieces. What I did was I cut it like this where I had 2 pieces. The reason I did that is that allows me to get more pieces out of this snowflake, but you do whatever you want. So I'm going to snip beside one, like so, and then between this big and small, I'm going to come in again, and I'm just using these little cutter bee scissors, which I shouldn't be. I should be using my Tim Holtz, but check that out. So there's part of his antler. Then I'm just going to snip again. So we got one off. I'm going to go between the big and the small, and right here, just snip that away. Now again, you could, and I'll show you on this one since I've already cut into it, you could make your antler this size, which is super cute, or you can make it this size. Let's look at it on the reindeer. So here's the bigger antler. Oh, that's super cute. I might do that one. And then here's the smaller antler, which is also super cute. Let's do the bigger. I'll save those for somebody else. For another reindeer. So we'll use the bigger ones for this guy. So let's hot glue those on. Here's what I did. Put a little hot glue on this little spot and this little spot. You could put the glue on your snowflake. That would be fine. Then I'm just going to put this into place and hold it for a second. So there's one. Oh my goodness. I think I like the 3 better. I told you they'd get cuter as you go. Let's put the glue on him this time. Because, you know, you try one, like that first one I showed you was my prototype, but then you start to play around and you're like, oh, I can do this next and I can do this next. So just put this other one into place. Got him too close in, I think. Don't stress over it, but you know how we are. Oh my goodness, guys, look at him. All right, let's put his string on. So I ran some baker's twine through the hole there at the top. Now I'm going to tie this together at the end, and I've shown you this before, but I think this is super cool if you're threading a knot and you struggle with it. Make your loop and then take your reverse tweezers and put them in there and grab those pieces and just kind of twist it out. It's almost like making a crochet stitch, but it makes it real easy to tie these bows, or these knots rather. All right, and then I'm going to clean this up. And then what I'm going to do is take this loop and pull that knot to the back like that. So I just have a loop instead of the knot at the top. And look at him, how super cute he is. I love him. Let's bring the other one back over. This kind of looks like a boy and a girl now, since she has tiny antlers and he has big antlers. Look how cute they are. I can't stand it. I hope you guys make these. I think they're super cute. Does she need a bow? Let's do a bow. So I just tied a little baker's twine bow, and I'm going to put it at the top. I've been told that girl reindeers have antlers. I could be wrong, but if that's the case, then she's our little girl. And look how cute they are. I just love it. So I hope you guys recreate these. And if you do, you know I want to see them on our Facebook page, which is called Maymay Made It, and so did I. I also want to tell you guys something. A lot of you guys watch my videos on YouTube, but you don't follow us on our Facebook group. And I know a lot of times that's because you don't have a Facebook page. Well, my friend Melody Lane and I did a video showing how to use Facebook for crafting, and we talked to you about ways to not have to have a Facebook that everybody sees. It can just be your own Facebook. So I'm going to link that video below. I think it'll be real helpful if you had any questions about how to use Facebook. So check below for that if you're interested in learning about that. I think it's a really good video. And there you go, guys. 2 little rosette reindeers. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.